So Fast 9 has come out to claim the summer box office for 2021. And as always, I'm sure they'll have no shortage of awesome, jaw-dropping, over-the-top shenanigans that we have all grown to know and love. But when is enough enough? How many countless car crashes, endless explosions, and malicious melees can a body take before the audience feels bamboozled? I guess we're all about to find out, because these are the top 10 most ridiculous moments in Fast and Furious history. So buckle up. It's about to be a wild ride. At number 10, we have Brian versus Dom versus the train. Does anyone remember when all they did was race? When the first Fast and Furious came out, the main focus of the series was driving, believe it or not. No scene demonstrated this more than when Brian and Dom went heads up at the end of the film. Although both participants managed to get past the speeding train as their finish line, with the following crash, it's hard to believe anyone would survive. But those were simpler times, when characters actually got hurt and one bullet could take someone out. Damn, I miss you, Jesse!
Jesse! No, Jesse!
At number 9, we have the Drift King out here schooling people on why you shall remember his name. Things are still practical at this point in our list, as this stunt has actually been performed in real life. The fact that someone can actually do this just makes this scene that much cooler. Tokyo Drift used to be seen as the red-headed stepchild of the franchise. But now in a world set with tanks, torpedoes, and rocket cars, we can all appreciate it for keeping it real. Sitting at the number 8 spot, we have the boat launch from Too Fast, Too Furious. As it turns out, this is the most outrageous moment from the film, but it has a very close second, which is this cringeworthy gem right here. And yeah, the ladies may have liked it, but all the real men were like, it doesn't take a genius to note everyone involved with this collision would have definitely died. But kudos to the plot for staying strong and wrapping up everything with a nice, neat bow.
It's over, Carter.
At number 7, we have the tanker truck rescue from Fast and Furious 4. It was at this point in the series that the writers basically said, to hell with it. Let's dig deep in our bag and really use some
imagination.
Although some would argue with all this adrenaline pumping, maybe some other creative substances were utilized as well?
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
I mean, come on. Take a look at this. Who's actually got the balls and timing to complete this? But the moment that really takes the cake is when the tanker truck crashes, leaving its flammable contents tumbling towards our heroes. Toretto swore on his last follicle if he made it out of this alive, well, he'd be all about family from here on out. And that's why he made it by the hair on his chinny chin chin. Number 6 belongs to the bridge jump from Fast 5. You know the old saying, if your friends jumped off a bridge, would you do it too? Well, these guys take it literally. It's not the jump from the derailed train to the speeding car that lands this entry here, nor the nearly fatal explosion they just so happen to dodge. No, no, no. It's the fact that I, sir, have belly flopped. And I know that jumping from a bridge hundreds of feet above the water does not end well for anyone. You want proof? Here's your stinking proof. But at least they made it out alive, because there's like 40 more movies to make. Numero 5 goes to Toretto versus Shaw in Furious 7. It's worth noting that this is the most believable part of the scene. And that's saying a lot. It wasn't the blind gunfight that made me tune out. It was this whack-ass one-liner.
You thought this was gonna be a street fight? You're goddamn right it is.
Done.
I'm with you, Peter. Maybe the franchise should have went with the alternate ending. Number 4 goes to the high-speed submarine chase from Fate of the Furious. Now I know what you're thinking.
Okay, a limousine that can fly. Now I have seen everything.
If only it were just that simple. No, this one's a bit of a twofer, so just bear with me. First, we got The Rock out here bowling torpedoes like he's in a goddamn PBA. Then we have Dominic Toretto leading a heat-seeking missile back into the submarine that fired it in the first place. And for the cherry on top, how does he survive sudden death? He just jumps out the damn car.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
Even a cool Spider-Man pose doesn't get you out of this one, sir. The number 3 spot goes to Tank Wars from Fast and Furious 6.
Guys, we gotta come up with another plan. They got a tank.
I'm sorry. Did somebody just say a tank?
Yeah, you heard it right. A tank. This is what a body looks like when it gets tapped by a car.
Whoa!
So can someone please explain to me how anyone could survive being launched off a tank over a highway overpass, tackled by a 200-pound-plus man into a car, and not be a pile of mush? Simply put, I would say this is the most outrageous moment of Vin Diesel's film career, but then again, he did have a movie where he had a hairline. Now that's unbelievable. Number 2 goes to when Hobbs meets Shaw in Fast and Furious 7. As soon as these two action junkies took the role, we knew they were gonna come to blows. And I was cool with that. Started out decent enough. They even snuck a rock bottom in there for good measure. But without a doubt, the most ridiculous part of this scene is when Shaw uses an explosive device to blow Hobbs up out of the building.
You are tearing me apart, Lisa!
Last time I checked, a fall from several stories up down to a parked car equals instant death. But what do I know? I ain't got all the answers.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers.
And now it's time for our honorable mentions. The bridge jump from Too Fast, Too Furious. We've seen Hot Wheels commercials that look more real than this. Hobbs and Shaw bringing down a chopper. He makes that same face after Chipotle. Dom faces the team in Fate of the Furious, cause there's no I in team, but there's an M-E in that mother. These have been your honorable mentions. The number 1 spot goes to Cars Don't Fly from Fast and Furious 7. My lord, they pushed the envelope with this one. When people talk about flying cars coming in the future, I don't believe this is what they meant.
Somebody come and look at this.
Now surely they know they were over the top, and I bet they don't have the balls to try and pull this again. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on... You know, I gotta give respect where respect is due. They were not afraid to try something new, and as a result, they keep getting my money. But you know what? That's okay. This franchise has been going for 20 years, and with some luck and a couple of bad reboots, I'm sure it'll go for 20 more. Do you agree with our list? Let us know what moments you would have put on here in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure to share to all your family and loved ones. Until next time, it's your boy Scoop Alexander, signing off.